Hello, Foxy here, and today we're going to be doing a product review of the Alien Gear Shapeshift Pocket Holster for the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 2.0. As this is my first product review, I hope that I can create a video that gives you an idea of the positives, the negatives, the general use of this item, the way I have experienced it since I received it in the mail this last week. I'm not sponsored by Alien Gear, and this is, as of this moment, not endorsed by them. I wasn't paid by them, did not receive any compensation in any way from them. I try to get an honest, reasoned opinion on the value I feel with each product, and I do this in a way that shows every aspect of the product, not just the positive aspects. So with that out of the way, let's get to the review. To give you some backstory, I had been looking for a holster for my gun even before I purchased it. I had mentioned in another video that I had owned a Glock 26 in the past. My situation was a bit different back then. Back then it was a bit more casual inside the house carry with it. I wasn't carrying around in the chamber, didn't really have a need for a formal type of holster for it. As of today, I've sold my Glock 26 before moving out of the area where I owned it, as well as my Glock 23 and my other handguns. I chose to go with a slim subcompact 9mm instead of the Glock 26 or similar sized S&W M&P 9C. I possess a concealed carry permit now that allows me to carry many places, not just my home as before. I needed a method to safely carry the gun with a round in the chamber, as I believe this is necessary for a handgun to be carried in that condition for a self-defense situation. And I looked at a variety of holsters, but most of them were not rigid or weighed a lot. I found the Alien Gear holster through ads I saw online, but I didn't know about the pocket holster until I visited their website and learned that it was part of a series of holsters that are interchangeable. Just to give you a small asterisk, I'm not sure if I can fully recommend the entire line of Alien Gear Shapeshift holsters. I am planning on returning the inside the waistband holster expansion I purchased, and I have my reservations about their MOLLE adapter for plate carriers and packs. This review will only be about the pocket holster that they sell within the system, just to lay that out there. The Shapeshift pocket holster, however, has a variety of features that I like. It has adjustable retention via sort of turn screw mechanism that's adjustable via other parts of the holster that can be used like tools to adjust the screws, which is very clever in my opinion. It is lightweight. Without a gun in the holster, I really barely feel it in my pocket, and I just look at it as the only holster where you need it and nowhere else. Like, it doesn't have any added material that it doesn't need. The best way to describe this holster probably is minimalist. It has a plastic looping hook designed to break up the outline of the gun and provide some resistance when drawing the gun out of a form-fitting pocket. The best way to carry this, I found, for a gun this size, however, is in the larger pocket of a pair of cargo shorts that can be closed and opened as needed. I've tried the holster in jeans pocket, and in this size, you may have a lot of eyes wondering what this large cube-shaped object is pushing out of your jeans, so I wouldn't advise it, at least for a handgun the size of an S&W Shield. If I were to carry it in any other way, it would probably be in an inside the waistband holster, as a gun this size is starting to get outside of pocket holster territory. If, however, I purchased another Shapeshift holster for a smaller gun, I think that I would feel very comfortable carrying it in a jeans pants pocket or even the primary pocket of my cargo shorts, which I hesitate to do at the moment with my Shield, as the grip of the gun would be visible if I carried it in that way. And when I was testing this inside of a jeans pocket inside of my house, not even going out of it, in addition to it being very obvious that it was a gun, I couldn't even really get it out of the holster. It was that tight, so I would not advise it for a gun of this size. The holster, however, provides a bit of throw, and in the pocket and a sort of throw it in the pocket and forget it concealed carry option. After I close the pocket, it's just there and it doesn't even feel that uncomfortable having the added weight against my body as I move. There's nothing on the holster that is sharp or uncomfortable, I found. When I first received it, I had to adjust the tension, but when I got the tension adjusted in, I could just draw my gun smoothly when practicing. And I should mention as a downside to the Shapeshift pocket holster that it's the only way that I've been able to draw it when practicing has been to push it against my thumb to push off, and I'll show you. And the gun has been safety checked, of course. I'll demonstrate. Magazine is empty. But the only way that I've been able to get this out of the holster has been to push off with my thumb, like that. As the holster comes from the factory, unfortunately, this is very difficult unless you get a less than ideal grip on the firearm. What I did, which I would not recommend for liability reasons, was to add 2 zip ties to the part where I would push off with my thumb and snip the tie as close as possible to the locking part. You can kind of see that. I don't want to encourage this, as theoretically it is possible for something to catch on the zip ties and possibly work itself inside the trigger guard, but this is a theoretical scenario. The ties are not close to the trigger guard, and I just do not want the liability if somebody attempts this modification and experiences injury from it. For me, this works, and there's nothing else in the pocket where I carry my firearm that could catch on the ties and do this. Otherwise, I'm very happy with my purchase. My price for this holster was $45.88, and while it may seem a bit expensive for what is essentially a plastic holster, I find that it meets my needs, and it is really otherwise a well-designed and futuristic-looking piece of hardware. I would generally recommend it, but I think that it would be an even better option for a smaller handgun such as a Ruger LCP or a SIG P238. So this has been a product review for the Alien Gear Shapeshift pocket holster for the Smith & Wesson Shield 2.0. Please like and subscribe for more content. Also consider following me on my other social media. As always, be good and kind to one another. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day. Ergo Foxy out.